Welcome back to another avatar tutorial for Jump Force. Today we are going to be creating Kunaida Aoi, one of the lead female characters from Beelzebub. Firstly we're going to walk through how to create and customize this character and then going through the entire moveset that I use, as well as some alternative options if you want to change anything. All of that up next. So why did I choose to create Kunaida? Well, I made Ogre Tatsumi the protagonist of Beelzebub a while ago, and ever since then I've wanted to create Kunaida. Beelzebub is a series with a lot of characters that I think aren't too hard to recreate since they can fit into Jump Force, but Kunaida presented a unique opportunity for me. I've been wanting to get some more female love in there since the vast majority of my avatars are male, but I've also really wanted to make a sword fighter for a long time, so Kunaida was a perfect fit, all things considered. I went with a Type D female fighter. For Kunaida, there really is no other option here. While she has used physical fist attacks before, this definitely isn't her preferred way of fighting, so Type D is the only option here. Next, I'm going to walk through all of the customization options, such as the body, hair, eyes, etc, but I will return once that's all done to talk about the outfit and the moveset. See you soon. So as you can probably see from all of the gameplay, I went with Kunaida's school uniform look. I really wanted to create her battle attire, we'll call it, but unfortunately there were some things preventing that and I just scrapped it and stuck with a generic school uniform. Everything you'll need for the outfit you'll find at the general store in the main lobby. You'll want to pick up school clothes top number 2 and make sure it's the pure white variant, not the creamy coloured one. Then get school clothes number 2 for the bottoms and leather shoes number 4 for the feet. The socks is an item you will already have unlocked by default, so you can find this in the character customization menu. So Kunaida is a sword fighter, the type who takes down an opponent in 1 or 2 calculated moves, striking with extreme power and precision. Of course, in a show like Beelzebub, this is exaggerated to the extreme, but the basic swordplay is usually quite straightforward, which is why I wasn't too worried about creating a moveset for her. So let's get straight into that. For Kunaida's first ability, I gave her first secret sword Blazing Soul from Shishio's moveset. This is supposed to imitate one of her iconic sword techniques, which is called Countless Petals Scattering Sakura Blossoms. It's essentially the same move with Kunaida advancing forwards and slashing at the opponent multiple times, so that's why I went with this. I think the best alternate option would be 9-headed Dragon Flash from Kenshin's moveset as a sort of generic advancing sword strike. For Kunaida's second ability, I went with First Dance White Moon from Rukia's moveset. I can't remember which ability specifically this is supposed to be since there's a lot of inconsistent translations of some of these moves. Either way, this ability definitely looks like something else from the show, I know that much. Understanding